Hi, I'm Sarah. I clearly do intros better than Nate. This is Brain Driven Brands, where we use psychology to help D2C brands boost sales, cut costs, captivate the masses with ease. Don't you just love my canned, like, tagline that I don't know where I came up with it? It just happened, and now I use it everywhere.
I liked it.
Hi, Nate.
Sounds good.
How are you?
What's up? I'm good. November 1st. Sales are up. Life's good.
Hey, oh yeah. I'm so excited to hear about how Black Friday goes for you. We should probably do like a Black Friday debrief.
Yeah, if it goes well. If it doesn't go well, we won't mention it.
We just won't talk about it ever again.
Yeah.
We are getting back to our normal cadence. We've had a few random episodes. I've been having a few other people on the podcast.
Yeah, don't like it. No,
Nate,
they're good guests.
You know, we always come back. It's always just you and me. There's a couple episodes though that you were like ghosting me and you were just like, hey, I can't be there. And I was like, okay, well then cool. I'll just figure it out on my own.
Some of us have a full-time job. Sorry. Some of us are actual practitioners of what we talk about on the podcast.
Hey, rude, first of all. Second of all, not true. I am absolutely practitioner of every single thing that I preach. So
I know.
Don't get that vibe. Also, it's fine. You had a lot going on. You bought a house and you moved, and then there was tree fell that on your house, and I mean not on the house, but near the house. You had some stuff going on.
Yep.
Also, I'm just excited really to get back to our normal quiz style. You don't know what's coming.
Oh, let's go. It's one of those.
It is.
We haven't done one of these in a minute.
I know. That's why I was like, we got to get this one done. Okay, so today, Sarah's weird and I study a lot of things and I just can't help myself because I'm just like, why is that happening? And I need to know. I'm nosy is really what it is. So I found a study that talked about one specific, I guess you could, again, call it like a marketing tactic that increased sales by 21.6% for the same average price. This particular tactic. So
same price increased sales by 20%.
Same average price, increased sales by 21.6%. What was the marketing tactic?
Wait a second. You said same average price.
Same average price, yes.
Is
so not exact same price.
A little.
But like when you average all the prices out, then it was basically the same as the original price.
Is it some kind of bundle deal?
Ooh.
Or is it some kind of price anchoring tool? Or you throw one at a much higher price?
Nope. Those are good. They're always good guesses. I'm like, we should test all of these, but no, it is not.
Same average price increase sales by 20%.
Yep.
It's about price though. Like it's a pricing strategy.
It is about price. Yes.
This
is a weird one too. I never thought of doing this, and I'm like, this is so smart now that I know this is a thing. Yep. Marketing tactic increased sales by 21.6%.
I don't know, but hurry up because I want to implement it before Black Friday.
I don't know about this one. I don't know that your founders would appreciate this. So in studies, when brands allowed customers to pick their own price, it increased sales by 21.6%, even though when you averaged all the prices that they chose, it was basically the same as the original core price.
Pick their own price?
Their own price, yeah.
What does that mean?
You give people freedom to choose how much they want to pay from a limited set of options. So do you want to pay 1, 2, or 3? Do you want to pay $5, $10, or $15? It's very much similar to the SaaS model, but they did it for product.
Really?
Yeah. Pick your own price.
And each one was the same product? Or did they build up the higher?
Same exact products. Yeah.
Okay. So why does anyone never not choose the lower one?
Okay. And that's what I want to know. So psychologically, when I was going through this study, I was trying to figure out like, how does this even work right now? Obviously, like in this particular test, it was tested primarily in B2B, B2C. So this is focused on like SaaS products.
Sure.
But they did this for one specific brand that wasn't B2B, and it was for cookies. Like just a bakery.
People are just paying more for cookies?
So what I think is happening, what I think is happening psychologically is if you come into a store with cookies in the storefront, right? You're obviously there for one specific reason. And the cookies themselves, even though they're like different like frostings and whatever else on them, they're all basically the same product. It's just a cookie, right? Now, if you have 3 different prices in front of you, $5, $10, $15, you won't pay $5. Mostly because I think you kind of feel bad.
Interesting.
You can't pay $5 in front of the person who's getting that money, right? Yeah.
So do most people pick the middle tier, and then there's the handful that are like, I'll pay $15 and support y'all. And
yes,
that's interesting.
So now I'm like,
when was this study?
Oh, I don't know. Let me look it up.
Because I wonder, like, with how modern tipping culture has gotten, I
Oh,
wonder
this
if people
is
just kind of
so
look at it
true.
like that, of like,
It
well,
could
like
be.
we're tipping on everything, might as well pay
Yeah,
an
we
extra
might as well
$5 for
might as well pay.
cookies.
Yeah. Because
Like
there's
for
gotta be
me, I think what's so crazy is like I always associate price with quality. So like we always
Mhm.
talk about how like I'd rather a $30 glass of whiskey than a $5 glass of whiskey, or a
Yeah.
$100 steak more than a $20
Yes.
steak.
Like
But
validate.
it's the same product.
Yeah.
So
It's the
that
same
should
product.
take quality out of it. And
Even
then
if they tell you it's not, it's the same.
the only other thing I think about is like, have you ever been to like a kid's lemonade stand?
Yes.
I pay 3
I pay
times the
more
price every
every
time.
time because I feel bad. Like there's some
Yeah, because
guilt.
it's like, well, like it's $10 for a mediocre glass of
Yeah.
lemonade, but like this kid's gonna be pumped that he just made $10.
Exactly. So, and this is the weird part is social context comes heavily into play with purchases,
A
which you
ton.
and I did like a huge episode on. We should be focused on when, not who, right?
Mhm.
When it comes to customer marketing. So go listen to that episode if you haven't, because it's fascinating stuff.
I've been
But
thinking
this,
about that for a week, by the way.
ah,
We need to talk
me
about it more.
too. I'm
Yeah.
like, who is not? Oh my
No,
gosh. I
when.
need to
You
listen
gotta
to it.
know when. Go
Yes.
listen
When?
to the
Don't know
episode,
who.
whatever it's called. It's good.
Yeah. We should listen to when, not who. But I think social context comes heavily into play here, because depending on which situation you are in, you're going to purchase very differently. Now, the sucky part is this is D2C, so it's all online. In this particular study, I think it was like a brick and mortar. So the control effort trade off in participative pricing,
Do you
that
know
study
what's
was
so
posted in
interesting?
2021. Yeah.
I would choose different options depending on what I was wearing that day and what I was driving that day.
Whoa. Oh, you
Because
were driving?
if I pull up in my nice big comfy luxury
Yeah.
SUV and I'm wearing a nice pair of cowboy boots and a nice watch,
Stetsons.
I'm
Yep.
gonna be like, I should pay the top tier, because otherwise they're gonna be like, oh, like this fucking
Yes.
kid shows up and buys $5 cookies
So true.
in his nice car. Like,
Gosh.
what a dick. But if I pulled up in our other car, which
Ooh.
was like a 2013 Ford Fiesta or something, and I'm wearing sweats and flip
Yeah.
flops, I'm like, $5, let's go. Like, no one knows, you know?
I wonder if that comes into play with consumer choices. Like, okay, for instance, if you're sitting on your couch in your sweatpants after work and you're shopping online, that's it has to have some sort of a change on, like, some sort of an influencer on your purchasing behavior than if you're shopping at work in your slacks at your like work computer. It
Wouldn't know.
has
I'm
to.
in sweats at my work computer right now, but I understand the sentiment.
I'm just, just saying that, like, this is the interesting part about consumer behavior that I'm trying really hard to understand. Like, the more I study this, the more I'm like, this is fascinating. Especially if we wrap it back into like this particular study, people obviously were literally just picking the price, whatever they felt like paying at the moment. But now I need to know, what time of the day were they running this particular promotion?
Mm.
Was it over lunch? Was it at snack time? Was it at right after breakfast? Like, when did they run it? Was it all day? Was it for multiple consecutive days? Was it Monday to Wednesday, or was it Friday to Sunday?
Hmm.
Because all of this comes into play when it comes to like consumer behavior and how people actually purchase things. But for this particular one, it kind of seems like pick your own price rather than a fixed price seems to help people just like make the decision that's best for them,
That's
and
really
doesn't seem
interesting.
to
Well,
damage
I mean, like,
revenue.
what's interesting about it, and I don't know if you could implement this in a way that makes sense for an e-com store, but
Yeah.
like I've seen how powerful price testing is for us, and like
Yeah.
I think about all the time, like some of our most popular watches, our most popular lower priced watches are $199,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I wonder, like, is there a bunch of people that would buy it at $150 that can't buy it at
They
$199?
might.
And it's like,
They
if
might.
enough people, that pushes them over the edge, then
Mm.
we'll end up making more money, even if we take the hit on
Yeah.
margins.
Yeah.
And like, I wonder, in this study, is it just like it kind of lowered the floor, like it lowered the
Yeah.
barrier to entry, like, hey, like everyone can afford a $5 cookie sometimes,
Yeah. Well, and that's where I'm like, if
and then the people that
somebody,
can afford more pay more.
oh, this would be such an interesting test. I don't know how you would build this. We'd have to figure out like a lander that would have this capability. But is there a way that you can have somebody add to cart? And if they go to abandoned cart, meaning like not just like they clicked off the page for a day, but
Mhm.
like it's been a week and they still haven't purchased. Can you then go back and say, hey, check your cart. We have something for you, like email wise.
Mhm.
Check your cart email. Then have that go back in and say, we saw that you didn't buy it at $199. We're going to allow you to pick your price. What do you want to pay?
It's interesting.
Test that, because I think you'd see a lot of conversions from that.
So we did
Psychologically.
something a few years ago. This is something I've only done twice at 2 different brands. It crushed for one, it completely flopped for the other.
Hmm.
It was both were products that had a charitable component to it. So we were
Okay.
going to donate a certain amount of proceeds back to the charity no matter what.
Okay.
And then we told people, hey, you can either use code SAVE10 to save 10%, or use code DONATE10, pay full price, and we'll donate an extra 10% of your order.
Ooh.
At the
How did that
first
run?
at the first brand, Donate10 dominated. The
Wow.
product though was only like $50.
Okay.
We tried it at OG, turned it into save $50 or donate $50.
Yeah.
Everyone took the $50 savings for themselves. So now
Okay, wait.
it's
So
a much higher
first one,
price point. Yep.
what was the product on the first one? Remind me.
Barware, a novelty baseball beer mug.
Interesting. So a giftable product.
Yep. Yeah. Very giftable.
Whoa. Okay.
Giftable
Yeah.
and $50.
Oh,
And
it's
like
below
the save
$100.
10% is
Wow.
only $5. So I think people were way more willing to be, I'll give you an
Yeah.
extra $5 to know if it's going for a good cause. That obviously
Interesting.
caps out at some point.
You also notice too the demographic groups change.
Yeah.
Like your ability to give at lower price points is like a little bit higher than it
Mhm.
is at higher price point, because now I'm paying a lot of money, and I like, if I'm going to pay this much money, I don't know that I want to donate to somebody else at this current moment in time when I'm
Right.
actually purchasing for me.
Yep.
Oh, there's so much psychology in all this. I can't even get over it. Okay. Interesting. So now I want to know. I don't know that OG would be okay with testing a pick your own price, but it would be so fascinating to run this test and see, can we do a 199, a 209, and a 219 and see
So we
which
do
one
those.
we would purchase.
Oh, okay. So like actually
Pick
ask
your own,
people.
yeah. Pick your own price.
It'd be interesting. I mean,
Now I want to do it. I want to see this test. Oh,
I
if you're
think we
listening
would
to this
need.
podcast, go do this test and then come back and tell us how it works.
I think we would need to give a reason.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Because
Consent.
like I think for
Yeah.
us, we could tie it to like if you pay a higher tier, we'll plant X number of more trees
Yes.
than we do with every order, or we'll
Yes.
donate to one of our charitable components. Because
I don't
like
know.
at a
Well,
$200 watch, maybe we can push people to spend an extra 20, but an extra 50 is a
yeah.
lot.
Well, and the only reason I say that is because we already talked about that your OG crowd isn't really sensitive to like giving during their purchasing behavioral process, right? So I don't know that I would do planting trees or discounting anything, or what's the other one? Charitable.
Yep.
I would honestly do like if you pay $10, $20 more, we'll throw in XYZ for you. So they're basically getting a free gift if they pay more. Now, in this particular study, that they didn't even do that.
Right.
They just said, which one do you want to pay, and tracked it from there.
Yeah, it kind of just becomes like upselling, but
Yeah.
framing it differently and
Yes,
messaging it differently.
it's a framing.
Do you know what this reminds me of a little bit? This is like I think back like infomercials, like staying home from school sick, watching The Price is Right, and infomercials on all the day, and there was always something at the end like, and for an extra $10 you can just get this, and
Yep.
it's some like upsell thing.
Yep.
But yeah, I think the art of upsells has been lost
I agree.
entirely.
Yeah, I agree.
And
Mostly
it's
because people don't
crazy
do it
powerful.
correctly.
Yeah.
Psychologically, people don't do it correctly. I think it'd be also interesting, basically, just to give people. This is going to be so weird, but to give people a slider on the actual page and have them pick the range of which they would pay, like a range of prices, not even just a price, but just a range. So do you want to pay 100 to 200, 200 to 300, or 300 to 400? Obviously, they're going to pick based on decoy effect, which decoy effect basically means that if you have two prices at two different subgroups, if you add in a third, specifically in the middle tier, most people are going to purchase that middle tier price, right? And the same for products. If you have 2 products and you add in a third one, people are usually going to pick whatever the middle of the road one is, just based upon how we actually make decisions, right? It's a high tier. If there's a low tier, the middle tier is going to be probably the most chosen, just because of value and understanding price and things like that. So decoy effect. But in this particular instance, if you had a slider on there and it gave them a range of what they wanted to pay, then there's a couple things that could happen. One, you can test price sensitivity. What do people actually think this watch is worth? Not what do we want them to value it at, but what do they think it's worth? And then secondary to that, we can also understand a little bit more of I don't know what you would call it, like pricing. I'm looking for the word. You can understand a little bit of this idea of like, how do people actually interact with the price before they actually set it, right?
I've been really big on the concept of like personal price anchors for like the last year. I actually don't know if we've talked about this. I've tweeted about it, so I don't know how closely you follow me.
I don't read anything you post.
But like that to me, I think is so important, because 200 to some people is is nothing, and 200 to a lot of people is a ton of money.
Yes.
And like the way we merchandise our site is like, well, we have the average of what the best products are, but there are people that come to our site that would certainly pay way more, and there are people that come to our site that are penny pinching a little bit.
God, that's
it's really interesting. Before we worked with you, we ran a lot of traffic to a quiz funnel, because that was the best way for us to convert people before we got messaging and content that actually related to our customers on an emotional level. So we didn't do much of it anymore. But thinking back to it, we did not ask them what price they wanted to pay.
Whoa, interesting.
And it's kind of got me thinking now about like, can we do this in a way where like it's not all the same product? Is it an email campaign that's like, hey, what's your budget for Christmas gifts? And if it's sub 200, click here. If it's up to 300, click here. If it's up to 500, click here. And we can send them to different pages with different tiers of watches.
Oh my God, that'd be so smart. This goes down into like dynamic testing. And I know we've been talking a lot about price on this like channel for a while. This is just going to become like our pricing segment.
And let me say, it's the most impactful thing you can do for your marketing is to test your prices.
It's massive. Like, test your prices and test your titles of your products. I need to do an episode on that, because
we do, because I've got some thoughts.
I'm just like, oh, but if you can test those two things and really like hone in on what the best combination of those two things are, you may not have to run a sale ever again. You might just be able to work off of good product, good title, and really solid pricing psychology. So now I want to see you test this. I think it'd be fascinating. This goes down into choice architecture. How you offer the actual solution will drastically change how people interact with it. And most of the time, people are offering things based upon what they think the customer wants. I would so much rather you offer stuff based on what they believe already, because it's just so much easier to sell when you have enough knowledge about what your customers are actually thinking. Anyways, I digress. Anything else you want to add to this? Because
no, we're gonna test the email campaign 100%. That's like, what's your budget for Christmas?
Your budget? Yeah.
Because I
want to know now.
Yeah, we're not going to do the pick your price for the same watch thing, because that's a whole thing. But like, I think that's such a great way. Like, it happened the other day. Someone tweeted at me and tweeted, hey, if you were to buy one bottle of whiskey for $5,000, what would it be? I'm shopping for like a groomsman gift or something. And I was like, first of all, there's no bottles of whiskey that are worth $5,000, so don't do that at all.
Don't do it.
But like, it's you have consumers like that. Like you have consumers that are willing to pay way more than what your prices are listed for. So I'm a big fan of like, develop products at a higher price point always. Like, go into a product dev meeting with the goal of like, we're going to create something that is twice as expensive as our current top priced thing. But then also, if you can ask them, and if you can segment people by budget or by household income or whatever, like, especially for us, we're a brand where like, you can get a watch from us for 150 or $800. That's a huge gap. And we're so often promoting our $300 and $400 watches because that's what's most popular.
I'm losing my mind right now.
And we don't promote the 800 ones at all.
Have you ever done a test to see, without prices on them, which watch people think is the most
No, but that'd
quality,
be interesting.
highest quality watch?
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
I
because now
bet they
need to
wouldn't
know.
pick what it actually is.
That's what I'm saying. Is like,
Yeah.
holy shit. If you go through and you just put like a picture roster up, just like a lineup of all of your products and send it out to your like highest, even not of your highest value customer. I would send it to your new customers, people that don't know you at all, and
Yep.
just say, which of these watches probably cost the most, and see what they think, because you might be pricing based upon your own subjective. This
Right.
one costs us a lot. The COGS are high, so we have to price it high. You might find that your $150 watch is actually valued at $300.
Yeah. Gosh, that's really interesting. I'm like almost scared to ask people that.
I'm losing my mind over here.
Because I'm sure there's going to be examples on both ends of it where there's a watch that does not cost us a lot that people think is super high value. And then there's going to be a watch that costs us a ton. Honestly, it's this one for sure. This watch costs us more than any other watch on our site. And I bet people would be like, yeah, it's nice. That's like,
but if that's the case, though, if that's the case, then you guys can basically go through and create some sort of an average pricing table.
Yeah.
Where we can increase the prices of our lower cost stuff and decrease the prices a little bit of our higher end things, and basically make it a wash across if you really want to do that. But
margins probably net out the same or even get better.
Yes, because at this point now you're making your low tier stuff, you're increasing the price of your low tier stuff, which is bumping up the decoy effect. You're increasing the average order value just by increasing the price of your lowest priced product.
This gets into the territory of like the movie theater popcorn strategy of like the small is whatever, $6, the medium's $9.50, and the large is $10. So it's like everyone's like, fuck the medium. We're getting the large for sure.
Getting the large, even though they never eat all of it. They always leave it out.
No, we'll throw half away and that'll be fine.
Okay, I know we went into a little bit of decoy effect on this one, but overall, I think it'd be very interesting for some of these brands to test this, like pick your own price idea. And if not, if you're not going to test that, which I understand it's like a big ask, if you're not going to test that, at least test what your customer base thinks about your products from a pricing standpoint. And then if you find one on the lower tier that could have an increase in price, bump that price up, because it'll have a massive effect on the rest of the product line.
Yeah, we're 100% going to do some email campaigns that are like, tell us your budget for Christmas and we'll get you the highest value watch at each price point.
Smart.
And I bet we're going to get a lot of people that choose the higher tier that usually wouldn't, because we're promoting our averages of what our best products are. I'm excited for that. I think the principle, I know the testing the pricing is hard, but the principle of like, let people kind of guide you on what they want to spend, I think that's huge.
Yeah. Oh, so smart.
All right, we'll wrap it up. Whew. Sorry, going long. I'm excited about price on my second Red Bull of the day.
Where can people find you if they want to come follow what you're testing?
I'll either be at a whiskey distillery or a deer stand or a golf course for the next few months.
Gonna have to go out there and search. People
or you can just listen to the Tactical and Practical podcast. We get real tactical and even more practical than we do on this pod. So check it out.
That's hilarious. Okay. Great to have you on the podcast today. If you want to follow me, I'm at Sarah Levenger, anywhere you consume content. This was a great episode. I hope all of you are getting some good value out of this. Go like, follow, share. And Scotty always tries to remind me that I need to get more reviews. So
I want to say one thing too. More of you guys have been tweeting at us about like the show and stuff. We love that. One, it's great for the ego. Two, helps us actually have better conversations on future episodes. So please let us know what you think.
I know. And Dara the other week was like, I listen to Sarah and Nate like in the mornings every morning. I was like, cool. Dara.
Yeah. Also, it's very nice to know people are actually listening, because we record this alone in our home offices. But I'm not like shoehorns, but there's a lot of you guys, and it's cool to feel like you guys are in my office right now. So thanks for listening.
God, that's so funny. Thank you for listening.
The Brain Driven Brands podcast is part of the Learn and Laugh series on the Quickfire Podcast Network.